I just wanted, because I know you're not listening to the fake news. I pray you're not listening to the fake news. But if you are, they say, oh, it's over, her case is gone. No, her case isn't gone. We've got a case in the appellate court. We fought 7 months before the election. I filed a case in federal court to try to stop the use of these machines. And they threw it out and said I didn't have standing. Well, surprise, surprise, 7 months later, the machines broke. I think I did have standing, and we're appealing that as well. And we're also fighting to get the envelopes to prove to the people of Arizona and this country that the signatures on the mail-in ballots, they don't match. They don't even have signatures on a lot of them. And finally, we are going to file an injunction. We're going to go lawfare on them to try to prevent them from stealing the 24 election.
She's still trying to become governor from the last one, which was 7 years ago or so. I don't know, it feels like an eternity ago. She's still getting polite applause about her continued legal quest to be governor. But let's say that she somehow miraculously won. She'd have like 8 days as governor before the next election. Like, I don't know what the fight is about at this point. It's just, again, obviously the reason she's doing this is to continue to pitch herself as a perpetual victim. Her entire life she'll be a victim of the meanies and the media and the establishment and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, she is just looking for, the next step forward. Jessica, what do you think?
I think it's funny that so many prominent right-wing commentators are so mad about the US women's team losing at soccer and calling them sore losers or bad losers. Kari Lake. Kari Lake is the worst loser of all time. The way she's still talking about this, she could have been like, okay, we lost, and then immediately started a Senate campaign or immediately put her energy towards something productive. But instead, it's not even about them genuinely thinking that our system of elections is corrupt and fraudulent. It's just about them being sore losers and having such big egos that they cannot accept a loss. And we know this is true for Kari Lake because her personality comes from her feeding her ego and getting as much attention as possible. When she was a newscaster on our local network, they had this competition on social media as to who could get the most views. She was supporting Barack Obama and shifted to become a Trump supporter because she got more views off of her videos about Donald Trump because they got more traffic online. Like, it's not about her genuine political beliefs, it's all about her ego. And so it's very sad.
Yeah, we've seen that, from other people. That's a lot of how online media, unfortunately, has developed. But like, that's not how you're supposed to choose a governor. And also, by the way, on the women's team, like, you just identified what could have been a great strategy for them. Like, they're getting viciously attacked. They should defend themselves. Talking about the rigged goals, the racist referee, totally racist. We've never seen anything like this soccer. Like, again, they would never do that because they're actual courageous athletes. But for Kari Lake, I know that we're stuck with her for the next 15 years. And I know that it seems super normal. Everything that she's doing is totally normalized right now. I don't just mean the claims of election fraud. I mean the fact that, well, obviously she's gonna run for Senate, but can I just throw up like a brief pause to be like, why is she automatically running for Senate? She was a newscaster who decided she wanted to get involved with government. So, you start at the bottom by becoming governor, obviously. And you totally biff the election. Almost any other Republican would have won. You failed. And now you automatically are gonna be a senator. Why? Why were you gonna be governor? Why should you be senator? What have you done? You were a newscaster, that's great. I'm sort of one. I understand that there's some appeal there. You're not an activist, you're not a lawyer doing like pro bono work for migrants or something. What have you done that means that you're entitled to holding high political office? Go run for the state legislature or something if you want to contribute. Actually pay your dues. The sense of entitlement of these people, like the second they have a tweet that goes viral, they think that they should be the ambassador to Russia or something. Like, everybody who gets a name can never become a regular person again. Permanently from now on, you have to be in the spotlight. Why is that the culture that we have?
She's also become like the Karen of elections. She doesn't win. And it's not just about her haircut and that her name's Kari, but immediately after she loses, it's let me talk to the manager of this place. It's this thing of like, if I don't have my way, it is somebody's problem and they've got it wrong. It's so weird that they have this mentality about themselves, but as soon as everyday working people are like, hey, we're paying too high of prices, we're being, effed over by the people who are in charge. We're not getting paid enough wages to afford our rent. It's not, let's speak for the manager on behalf of the everyday American people. It is all for themselves. I really think she's the Karen of elections.
Yeah, careful, throwing terms around like that, you might get attacked.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.